All right, so UN's turn.
You'll have
Where is
22 to
my air?
spend.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't need my air group. The air group can stay right there. I have 22.
Yes.
That's right. I didn't spend 2.
Yeah, you saved 2 last turn.
Um, we will do because I have 2 transports, right?
Yes.
So 2 infantry, 2 light tanks.
That
Actually,
that'll be 18.
how much are these specialized infantry?
Marines. Well, they're 5 right now. They're 5.
Yeah, upgrade them both to marine infantry
Okay,
units
so you want 2 Royal Marines.
and 2 light tanks. Yep.
All right, so that's okay. So that will zero you out. Okay. Any combat?
No, it won't. Light
Yeah.
tanks are 5,
No,
aren't
light
they?
tanks are 6.
That's right, they're 6. Yep, you're right.
So yeah, 11. Yeah,
Yep.
11 and 11.
11, 11. You're good. All right, so now we're gonna have the UN fleet move up to. Hold on here. I gotta move. I gotta go to the actual game. They're gonna move up to this sea zone here,
Okay.
and they are going to split. One fighter is going to attack the mobile artillery that's by himself, and the other is
Well, no,
going to
remember
attack.
you can't move the carrier to extend an aircraft's. The aircraft have to start their combat from the zone they're in.
Well,
The
that's fine then. That's still 1, 2,
Well,
3,
no,
4.
because they were over here in 5 by Busan, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think their range is 6. Yeah, their range is 6, so they wouldn't make it.
Okay,
Uh,
let's try the other side then. Hold
well,
on here.
hold on, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your fighters from what you could do, because I'll help you
You're
out
talking about
here.
using the air group.
Yeah, your air group on Incheon,
1,
it's
2,
4.
3,
So
4,
1, 2, 3, 4, and
5,
then
6.
5, 6, yeah. Or hold on. 1, 2. Hold on, I'm trying. 1. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, yeah. So you wouldn't be able to get that supply truck, but you
That's all
could.
right. I'll hit it with the heavy bomber
Yes, you can do
because it'd
that.
be unopposed.
And then on the non-combat, before your fleet moves up on the non-combat, just the 2 fighters on the carrier would go to the air group, and then the 2 from the air, whatever you send from the air group to, or if you send 2 from the air group to hit the artillery, then they'll just land on the carrier.
Yep, that's fair.
Okay. All right. So what are you sending from the air group to that artillery?
We'll send 2 fighters to the artillery, and then that heavy bomber will just destroy the supply truck that's back there by itself.
Okay, so the supply truck is gone. I believe
No,
that.
not that one.
Oh,
This
the
one.
one up here.
Sorry, that one right
Okay, one
there.
second. Okay, so hold on. So that is
That one's going to be
one,
hit by the
two, three,
U.S.
4, 5. Okay, so that one's gone. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, that's their. Yeah. So the strategic bomber will make it. Kill that. All right, then for the 2 fighters, you'll just roll 2 dice at.
4, I believe, isn't it?
No, 2 dice at 5, and then I roll my. My self-propelled is
That's
tech.
it.
All right, that's a hit. So my self-propelled is a Katusha technically. I just don't have like a red piece for that. Um, so what is my defense again? All right, my defense is a 4. So what do I do?
Nothing.
I got 11. All right, so then we make that swap,
Yep, and then
and then
just leave the
non-com.
fighters alone. Yeah.
Yeah, so make the swap for the non-combat. They come up here, make the swap.
Yep.
Then the UN bomber comes back. And then, you got any other non-combats, or do you wish to deploy?
No, I'll deploy.
All right, so we have, what did we? So the Canadian 25th Brigade and the 28th Commonwealth Brigade
But
have,
drop them off in Chinju if you would, so that they're in the same
yes.
sea zone.
Oh wait, did you want to move the transports with the fleet, or did you want to leave the transports
Yeah,
behind?
yes, because
Okay.
they'll be left alone by the end of the U.S. turn if the fleet stayed like that.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
So
because the
they
fleet
have
can move
landed
any, it
in.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so the 25th and 28th Brigades with tank support have landed in Chinju for the UN forces. The British Army, after, what is this, after a year and a half of combat, after a year and a half of war, British ground forces have finally decided to arrive on the scene.
They
Uh,
were late.
they, they were fashionably late. All right, well, if that's it for the UN, we'll go over to the US at 50.
All right, so
What do you want to buy?
let's see here. What's my supply count? Yeah, hold on, let me
Your
check. I can count
supply
myself here.
count in Busan is 5, 6,
6, 7.
7, 8. You have 9 supply in Busan.
Okay. Let's get some. Let's get some priests. So that'll be
So that'll be,
those are at 6.
yes.
So let's go ahead and get 3 priests. That'll be 18.
Okay.
And then we'll grab. You know what else we're gonna do? We're also gonna grab some. How much is a transport aircraft?
10.
Let's get into transport aircraft because being able to airdrop supplies is sounds like a good capability right now.
Okay, so then that leaves you at, you have 22 left.
I'm at. I do have 22 left. All right. All the possibilities.
Yes.
Well, we'll do 2 medium tanks because those are still 8 if I recall, and that'll be 22 out of 16. That'll leave me with 8. And we will do
Okay, wait, hold
with
on,
8
sorry. So, what were you doing after these two?
after 22. I'm buying 2 mediums, which I believe are still 8. So that's 16, 22. That should leave me with 8 remaining. And I'll buy
Actually,
2 infantry.
hold on, mediums are 7. So you actually,
Oh, even
that's only
better.
14.
Even better.
No, 8 will be in the update, will be for the next game. Is when the,
Also, my math was wrong anyway because now I'll have 8. So I would have had only 6 otherwise. So with 8, we'll buy 2 infantry and 2 supply.
okay.
No marker for them at the moment.
Okay.
All right, where is
And
my?
then you said 2 supply.
Yep. I just want to see what is on my card
Okay, 1 second.
for Incheon.
You mean, well, on Incheon, all you have is the bomber. And then on Busan,
Busan, sorry,
Busan,
Busan.
you have 5 medium tanks.
Oh, I thought we had. Okay, that's right. You didn't need to put them all on an army
No, I
card
didn't
this
put them
time.
on. I didn't put them on an army card this time. And then up at 38 East, you have 4. You have 13 infantry with 6. Wait, hold on. 6
Yep.
and 5, 6. 13 medium tanks, 7 tank destroyers, and 3 artillery.
Yep.
And
So
what is that? 5 supply trucks.
yeah, I have a bit. That's for sure.
Yes, you do.
All right. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and take the entire U.S. Force, and we're gonna take Yanggu.
Okay. I will just roll my defense. There's no sense in that. So wait, hold on. What do I defend at? I defend at 3. 7. So that was a miss. Okay, so first core takes Yangu. So that is -1. Okay.
The U.S. forces that were in part of the Incheon force, because there's some tanks there that are U.S., are going to attack on the 38th parallel west.
Okay, I will
Trooper.
just roll the China dice at 3. Miss, of course.
And
So
they'll burn a supply from the 5 supply trucks up there doing that.
okay, okay, 1 second. Um, so that was
So far that's 2 supply.
that's 2 supply burned from this stack. 1 second. I have to burn a supply from the Chore 1 stack, and I have to burn a supply from the Pyongyang stack. Actually, 1 second. Nope, I gotta burn another one. I never burned one for the strategic bomber. My apologies.
Okay.
So I brought that down. And then 1 second. Let me get the American armor units into 38 West. That is 2. What is that? I think that's 2 medium tanks. Nope, that was 3 medium tanks. And 4 light tanks.
Okay. Pretty decent force.
Yes.
Uh, we're also going to go ahead and take the U.S. fleet,
Okay.
which I believe now numbers 5 to 7 transports.
You have 6 transports. Plus the
All right.
2 that you have down here in C Zone 5 off of Busan.
So 8 total. So I don't think I'm
Yes.
going to be buying any more. So you're going to go ahead and take the fleet back down to 5 for a second, and we're going to load up the tanks that are in Incheon.
Okay, so that'll be that's 5 of the 8 with tanks.
And we're going to go ahead and load up we'll load up 3 supply.
Okay, 1, 2. Whoops. Okay,
Okay.
and where are we going?
They're going to attack the territory above Yangu.
Oh, you're gonna make an amphib on Wonsan?
That's correct.
Okay. Um,
Because I can reinforce that next turn before the majority of that Chinese force comes down. You do have your Pyongyang force, but that's another issue.
okay, and then since it is Americans that captured it, we'll put the American rondel on. And then that is, since there was no combat, all 3 supply are offloaded onto the shore. Oh, were you taking the supply truck at Busan as well? Just
No, that can
okay.
stay there.
All right.
All right, and then the heavy bomber will take out this supply truck up here.
Okay.
Because
So
I don't think there's any. Oh wait, didn't you leave another one further north, or did you not?
nope, this was it.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, no, I didn't. So that one's
So yeah,
so
that'll get
that's
hit.
he's gone. Oh, 1 second then. So let's see. So the all right, so you lost 1 supply from the UN air missions and then 1 from the US air mission from Incheon.
Yep,
So
that's true.
that's 2 supply from Incheon. I gotta remember. Okay, so all right. You have 4 supply left in Incheon. So the US bomber made it up there quite handsomely and completed that. Um, hmm,
I don't see anything else as far as attacks that I can do, so now it's non-combat.
yes.
So the supply trucks can move in with the first army.
And then am I bringing up all the supply?
Correct.
Okay. Nice supply cache.
Now the tank in Sengju obviously can only move one, so just move him to Actually, move him to Andong,
Okay.
because then he can just get picked up by transports next turn.
Okay.
And I think I've moved everything that can possibly move.
Okay. All right. So then
That's Pat's turn.
you got 5 mediums and 4 infantry deploying on Pusan. The 4 infantry, well, that's about a division's worth. Did you want to mark them?
Not yet. We'll see,
Okay.
depending on their mission.
All right. Let's see here. So, all right, that is that. I think. I don't know what I'm thinking. Did you see anything else, or is that it for you?
No, that is it. I believe that's the end of this turn. On to the next.
All right, so scoreboard quick. Allies 32, Communists 26. We are out of the winter now and back into the lovely spring for turn 12, which is April and May of 1952. The game is turning out to be quite interesting now. Very interested to kind of see where probably the last 2 turns go, though it is. I mean, it's probably pretty clear that the Allies might take this victory, unless I get good rolls in the near future. So other than that, do you have any closing remarks?
I don't think so.
All right, well then is going to be that's going to be it for now, guys, and we will see you next time for turn 12. So until next time, as always, take care.